All right, every baker, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing this for years, has faced this exact moment. You've got the perfect cake, but what do you put on top? It's a decision that can literally make or break your creation, and it almost always comes down to two heavyweights, buttercream and cream cheese. So let's finally settle this delicious debate. And this is really the heart of the matter, isn't it? Are you trying to create a showstopper, a cake that's so beautiful it'll be all over Instagram? Or is your number one goal a flavor bomb that perfectly complements what you've baked? Because as we're about to see, getting the best of both worlds is, well, it's pretty tough. Okay, so let's meet our first contender. We're calling Buttercream the artist, and for a very, very good reason. You know those cakes with the super sharp edges, the intricate lacework, the perfectly piped flowers? Yeah, that's buttercream. You know, at its core, buttercream is beautifully simple. It's really just a powerful mix of fat and sugar. We're talking butter and powdered sugar. You'll often add a splash of milk or cream just to get the consistency right, and a little vanilla for that classic bakery taste. This simple formula is actually the secret to its strength. And these traits right here, they totally define its job. The taste is, unmistakably sweet and buttery, but it's the texture that's its real superpower. It's smooth, it's fluffy, but it's also incredibly firm. And that's why it's the absolute go-to for big events like birthday parties and weddings, where you need that structure and all that detailed decoration. And this is where you see the trade-off, plain and simple. On the one hand, its performance is just unmatched. It's so stable, it takes color beautifully, and it's an absolute dream to decorate with. But on the flip side, all that sugar means it can be intensely sweet, and the flavor, while it's nice, it's kind of one note. Okay, and now for contender number 2, the undisputed champion of taste, cream cheese frosting. If buttercream is the artist, then cream cheese is definitely the flavor connoisseur. For this one, it's all about creating a rich, delicious, unforgettable taste experience. Now, the recipe looks pretty similar at first, right? But the addition of that one key ingredient changes absolutely everything, the cream cheese. That tangy, creamy block of goodness completely transforms the frosting, balancing out the butter and sugar in a totally new way. And you can see its purpose right here. That little bit of tang is the secret. It cuts right through the richness and creates this amazing, balanced flavor that isn't just a sugar rush. This makes it the perfect, and I mean perfect, partner for things like carrot cake, red velvet, and pumpkin spice cakes. And that soft, creamy texture, pure luxury. But you guessed it, there's a trade-off here too. You get that incredible flavor and that amazing mouthfeel, but you totally sacrifice structure. Cream cheese frosting is way softer and a lot less stable, especially when it gets warm. So yeah, forget about trying to pipe intricate roses with this one. It's just not going to hold its shape. All right, we've met the contenders. Now it's time for the main event. Let's put them side by side and see how they really stack up. This table really just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's so clear. If you want that tangy flavor and a frosting that's not crazy sweet, cream cheese is your winner, hands down. But if you absolutely need that stability for piping and decorating, well, buttercream is really the only way to go. It's the classic battle, beauty versus flavor. Now that whole stability thing is so important, it actually deserves its own moment, especially if you're planning any kind of event. So let's talk about the make or break heat test. This is where your choice stops being about taste and starts being about, well, logistics. If you're having an outdoor wedding or a backyard barbecue in a warm place, let's say Trinidad and Tobago, buttercream is going to be your best friend. Cream cheese frosting, on the other hand, is a total liability. It will wilt, it will melt, and it absolutely has to stay in the fridge until the very last second. So with all the evidence on the table, how do you make the final call? How do you pick a winner for your next baking project? Let's make this super simple. You go with buttercream if your main goal is how the cake looks. If you need those sharp edges, if you want to pipe on flowers, if your cake is going to be outside, or if you need bright, bold colors, buttercream is the undisputed champ. It is the workhorse of cake decorating. But if flavor is king, then you've got to choose cream cheese. If you're making a carrot cake, a red velvet cake, a spice cake, and you want a balanced, tangy sweetness instead of a sugar blast, this is your champion. It is absolutely perfect for that delicious, rustic, kind of swoopy finish. So in the end, it really all boils down to this one powerful idea. Beauty and structure, that's buttercream's territory. But rich flavor with less sweetness, that belongs to cream cheese frosting. See, there's no single best frosting, just the best one for the job you're doing. So the real question is, what are you going to bake next?